The man who stuck his head in a proton accelerator, John L. Hall, holds a place in scientific history for an unusual and daring act that provided valuable insights into the nature of matter and energy. This event occurred at the Proton Synchrotron at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, in 1978, and it remains a remarkable display of scientific curiosity and bravery. During this event, Hall exposed his head to a proton beam that had an energy of 24 GeVs for about 20 minutes. The experiment aimed to test the threshold of human exposure to high-energy proton beams, and although it was risky and unconventional, it provided crucial data for understanding the effects of such high-energy particles on the human body. The incident resulted in Hall losing all of his hair and experiencing skin reddening, but despite the adverse effects, he survived and continued his career in physics. This act of self-experimentation highlighted the extreme measures scientists are willing to take in the pursuit of knowledge, and it significantly contributed to advancements in the field of particle physics and radiation safety. The Proton Synchrotron at CERN. The Proton Synchrotron at CERN, the location of the famous incident, was the world's highest energy accelerator at the time, with a maximum energy of 28 GeVs. It was designed to accelerate protons to incredibly high speeds, achieving velocities up to 0.999997 times the speed of light, before smashing them into targets to study the resulting particles. The facility, which had a circumference of about 600 meters, was at the forefront of particle physics research and played a crucial role in several groundbreaking experiments, including the discovery of neutral currents in 1973. The high-energy collisions produced by the proton synchrotron allowed scientists to delve into the fundamental structure of matter and unravel the mysteries of the universe at a microscopic level. It was here that the fateful event took place, forever impacting the trajectory of particle physics research and safety protocols in high-energy physics facilities around the world. The man who stuck his head in. The individual who carried out the unprecedented act was a researcher at CERN, Dr. Anatoly Bugorsky. He was working on the Soviet Union's equivalent of the CERN facility, and on July 13, 1978, he was checking a malfunctioning piece of equipment, a synchrotron, which was part of the U-70 Proton Accelerator in the Institute for High Energy Physics in Protvino. The safety mechanisms failed, and a proton beam with an energy level of about 200,000 MeV passed straight through his head. Bugorsky saw a flash brighter than 1,000 suns, but incredibly felt no pain. The beam left him largely paralyzed on the left side of his face due to the destruction of nerves and tissue. He also lost hearing in his left ear. Despite this, he completed his PhD and continued his work in science, publishing multiple research papers. The incident contributed to a greater understanding of the potential effects of proton beam radiation on the human body. Bugorsky's story has since become a prominent case study in the field of radiology and particle physics, and he remains the only person to have ever stuck their head in a functioning particle accelerator. The aftermath and medical study. Following the incident, Anatoly Bugorsky experienced the left side of his face swelling up due to being struck by the proton beam, a horrifying mishap that led to his hospitalization. Over the subsequent days and weeks, the skin surrounding the entry and exit points of the beam started to peel away, exposing the trajectory the high-energy protons had taken through his skull. Despite the intense damage inflicted by the proton beam, Bugorsky remarkably did not manifest any severe neurological symptoms, with the exception of losing hearing in his left ear. This astonishing outcome, in which Bugorsky's brain tissue was remarkably able to adapt and compensate for the damage, positioned his case as a pivotal one for comprehending the impacts of high-energy proton beams on the human body. Bugorsky's resilience in the face of such a traumatic incident has since sparked numerous in-depth medical studies, advancing our understanding of the long-term effects of exposure to high-energy particles on brain function and development. His case also served as a cautionary tale, prompting advancements in safety protocols and equipment design for workers in high-energy physics laboratories around the world. Long-term effects and legacy. Despite the terrifying experience, Bugorsky continued to live a relatively normal life. His unique situation allowed scientists to study the long-term effects of exposure to a proton beam on the human brain, contributing to the knowledge of radiation and its impact on the human body. Bugorsky's bravery and the unintentional nature of his experiment have made him a symbol of the risks and rewards of scientific exploration. The study revealed that Bugorsky suffered no immediate ill effects from the proton beam, but over time, he experienced partial seizures, facial paralysis, and hearing loss in his left ear. His left half of the face also aged at an accelerated rate compared to the right side due to the proton beam's passage through his head. The incident occurred on July 13, 1978, at the Institute for High Energy Physics in the Soviet Union, where Bugorsky worked as a researcher. He was checking a malfunctioning piece of equipment when the accident happened. As a result, Bugorsky became the only person in history to have been exposed to a particle accelerator beam and survive. His case has been crucial in shaping safety protocols for particle accelerators and has been extensively studied to understand the long-term effects of radiation exposure on the human body. Conclusion. The man who stuck his head in a proton accelerator incident at the proton synchrotron at CERN was a turning point in the understanding of particle accelerator safety and the effects of high-energy proton beams on the human body. This singular event has left an indelible mark on the history of science, reminding us of the unpredictable nature of research and the unwavering courage of those who push the boundaries of knowledge. The incident occurred on July 13, 1978, when a scientist named Anatoly Bugorsky accidentally exposed his head to a proton beam with an energy of 76 GeV. The beam passed through the back of his skull, creating a path of destruction through the tissue and bone. Despite the horrific nature of the accident, Bugorsky not only survived but also continued his work in physics. Surprisingly, he did not experience immediate severe pain and only suffered symptoms including partial facial paralysis and hearing loss in his left ear. This unprecedented event led to significant advancements in safety protocols and the understanding of radiation's effects on the human body. It also highlighted the vital importance of rigorous training and adherence to safety procedures in laboratories working with high-energy particle accelerators. The incident serves as a reminder of the incredible risks and sacrifices researchers face in the pursuit of knowledge and the incredible resilience of the human body.